you remember our last outing to Getty's Cove?
The only outing I ever had.
Oh, well. They shut it down. Getty's Cove, it's, Eastern Washington somewhere. They shut it down.
South Advantage.
Due to kids dying.
Really? Kids were dying, huh?
Kids were dying.
Actually, we did see that one guy get taken off in the...
in an ambulance.
In the ambulance. And it took a while for the ambulance to get there because it was in the middle of boot shoot nowhere, that's for sure.
Right.
They should have just had one on staff, but it was obviously a chintzy ran establishment.
Oh, these... we won't get into that. Anyways, it's the old Moses Lake party, and it'll move somewhere else. But last year, I think it was, we were in between, our campsite was in between some gangsters, some real deal gangsters. And then on the other side was some kind of, they were like racist kind of people. I don't know what their deal was.
Yeah, they were cool, but at the same time there was something that was off.
There was something going on. But we had like a nice campsite. We had tons of food. We had a lot of beer. We were living in Fat City.
Yeah.
So the gangsters and the racists would kind of they would come over and commingle in our campsite. I don't know. It was just...
I brought my charcoal barbecue to that.
It was, yes, the old blue.
Yep, and everyone was trying to milk it.
Which leads me to the next story, the Dead Coals chicken. We were cooking our food, and we had finished off some coals. They were about to die. And these kids were talking about cooking this chicken that they had been marinating for all weekend or something. And they were pretty drunk.
Yeah, they had been marinating this for a while, apparently, and it didn't even look like it was even eatable anymore to me, really. I wasn't going to say anything.
It was questionable. We told them.
It was pitch black out, and the coals were definitely on the verge of being done, and within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes, oh, it'll be fine, we'll just use the end of them.
Exactly.
And that'll be it,
And so, what do? Whatever, dude, time to cook the chicken. They throw the chicken on the grill. What happens? The coals die.
Coals die within 2 or 3 minutes.
They wait. How long do they wait? 20 minutes. The chicken's not cooking. But what? They're drunk enough to where they just ate it anyway.
They ate the fucking raw chicken. It was raw.
It was raw.
Definitely raw. Maybe the skin was cooked.
Oh,
raw
man.
Chicken. It was hilarious. It was raw. It was raw.
It was raw.
Definitely raw. Maybe the skin was cooked.
Oh,
raw
man.
Chicken. It was hilarious at the same time. It was brutal. I wasn't going to say anything. I bet they found themselves in line at the porta potty the next morning because that thing... I never even bothered going in that thing, dude.
Oh.
That's just complete brutalness at that point. I held
it was
mine.
a bad deal.
I held mine for 3 days.
Yeah.
Never went once. Never went once.
That's a lot of food to hold in.
We weren't there 3 days. We were only there, 2 days?
Maybe. A day and then the next day kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And we just ate and ate 20 ears at least.
We had tons of corn.
And no one wanted any until we started having to just give it out.
Yeah, until we ran out of everything else.
And that's when the gangs came together pretty much. That's when the whole gang shit started going down. Shit started flaring up. When we
ran out of food, they got angry, and while we were sleeping, there was something went down between them. They were yelling.
Yeah. There was some haggardness going on outside, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I was not about to get out of the tent either and get shot up right in the middle of the crossfire. I was like, whatever, bullets are flying, hopefully the tent ricochets them.
I don't think that there was any bullets, but... Oh. Well, one point we forgot to touch on with the whole barbecue thing was what if you're gonna have a beer with your meal, what would you usually do with taste? What do you usually do?
I always like to have a heavy meal, so I'm gonna probably have a lighter beer when I'm eating. That's for sure. You don't want to have something thick or a red beer or a hep. That all goes down well and good, when you need a filler. But I'm thinking I usually have a Budweiser, maybe, there's not much, maybe a Mexican beer of some sort, you get Tecate, something real easy to go with the meal so you can at least have one or two, it's almost like drinking water with your steak. kind of like the whole chicken and beer concept, except extended. But if you notice, he's always drinking 40s when it's chicken and beer. Ludicrous, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, I mean, mojito's always good if you're trying to go into the hard A scene. Mojitos are bomb with the barbecue, especially in the summertime, because you can just have pitchers of mojitos and nothing will happen except you'll enjoy yourself more and more.
I'm sure.
And you're getting great food at a cheap price. It's all about the bargain. You go get like a half gal of Bacardi Limon, a thing of mint, at the grocery store, mint leaves. You get your lemons, your limes, and you get your... I like to have more... I mean, you can do soda water or your Talking Rain or whatever. I like to have like a Fresca or a Sprite in there, something to give it a little extra, but mojitos are bomb. That's for sure. Everyone's got their own recipe for a mojito. It just takes a little work, that's all. But pitcher form, never one drink form. You always got to make a pitcher because you're going to want more than one. That's for sure. That's the liquor I would take with the barbecue. Some sort of rum in a mojito, especially when it's hot out. And if it's hot out with the beer, I'm definitely not going to go much past Budweiser. Budweiser has a refreshing taste in the sun for some reason.
Float in the river.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kind of sums it up.
Or just up at the river, kicking it in the sun. Why would you want anything more than Budweiser? It's refreshing. Refreshing taste at last.
Which oddly enough leads me to my next and final point. We were talking about this earlier. Golf cart roads. They should have these. Along with all the other roads, they should be golf cart roads. For people who want to drive a golf cart, it's electric. Come on!
Makes sense.
It's not limited to golf carts only. There's tons of stuff.
You could probably do like a mini bikes, motor scooter.
I would even allow mopeds.
Mopeds, absolutely. They should make electric mopeds, though.
Right? I'm sure they have those.
Only. It's an electric path is the key to success here, I think, overall.
Right, exactly.
For my idea. So everything has to be electrically motored.
Those little scooters that
you have emergency battery chargers along the road, just in case.
Yeah, there you go.
Little plug-ins, something like that.
Little
makes sense.
Electric stations.
It might take a little longer to get from A to B, but I'll tell you what, there'll be no accidents, and there'd be no maxing out. Like drunk driving would definitely be limited.
Oh, there'd be zero fatalities.
No modding your golf carts. I mean, you could cosmetically mod them, but no modding engines to make them quicker.
Right.
No magnetic power, nothing like that.
Magnetic power.
Something, you never know. Someone will try to one-up. There's always a one-upper out there.
This needs to come. That sounded bad. But this golf cart road.
This needs to come.
Send a letter to your senator.
Yeah, absolutely. I second that motion.
Right?
I think it'd be a great idea.
Golf cart
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, absolutely. I second that motion.
Right?
I think it'd be a great idea.
Golf cart.
I'm not gonna lie. When I didn't have my license, I almost contemplated trading my car for a golf cart at one point.
And then I told him it wasn't street legal.
Yeah. Then I realized, I wouldn't need a license regardless. So I was fizz-knocked. God damn. Let me just get a chariot and let the horse do the driving like the old horsepower days.
Before we do that, let's take a little break. This is Byron back in the studio for the Byron Podcast. Thank you for listening.